My buddy just sent me this insane video of a huge explosion while he's on vacation at New Smyrna Beach in South Florida. The only thing in that general direction is Cape Canaveral. They don't have any scheduled rocket launches until at least April 28th. They don't even have any documented rocket launches until May 6th, people. Look at the size of that cloud. That looks like a mushroom cloud. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but like...
That's miles.
I mean, somebody help me figure this out. That's insane. Look at the size of that cloud once again. I'll show you the scheduled rocket launch, but I'm very confused.
That's miles.
That's not any normal explosion, people.
What?
I mean, that is enormous. Wildfires don't even do that.
NASA discovered a bacteria that wouldn't and now they're putting it in sunscreen. Excuse me, what? NASA is responsible for exploring space, but they're also responsible for exploring ecosystems right here, but this bacteria came from Mars, supposedly. And according to a spokesperson, it's not the rockets that are limiting us from going to Mars, it's our own biology to withstand nonstop radiation for 6 months.
And that's interesting. All of them are giving occultic secret society signs on Seinfeld. Seinfeld was a show that if you dissected would find incredible occultism and symbology, wouldn't you? Here's Philip 66.
What I've discovered in realizing that they were practicing a Hebrew mysticism, the letter V in Hebrew is 6, right?
Oh, yes, and the vowel. Yeah, that's correct.
Instead of...
Yeah.
So when you look at VW there, you actually see two
Very
V,
interesting.
right? W.
And then,
The number 66 is the number of the fallen angel.
Wow.
And so W actually means the fallen angels in magic. And VW, he crossed the two V's, making 666 because he knew. And it all goes back to these fallen angels.
It does indeed. The fallen angels that have taught these men these horrible things. Samael is a name for the devil. Lilith, by the way, is the consort of the devil. This is the mistress of the devil. There we have Baphomet, the horned god. Well, he's saying that's for the sign for W, but is it?
My Roman Empire is remembering that one guy that sued the Pepsi company because he found a mouse in his Mountain Dew, and he lost the case because Pepsi was able to prove that a mouse would completely dissolve in a can of Mountain Dew within a couple days. And it takes more than a couple days for the cans to get out of the factory.
Let's have a closer look at this Blue Hour picture, and we need to download this. Here we are. Everything we need to do. Take the middle, mark the right side, delete this, mark the left side, copy this, paste it over, throw it over to the side, mirror it to the horizontal. Stitch this together and flip it 180 degree. See the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the horns, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the wings.
Someone might ask, what can we do? Well, check out this book, Loom of the Future by Trevor James Constable. It also has the work of Wilhelm Reich. Check out these designs in which you can create and put into your backyard. Wilhelm Reich was actually jailed after he created a lot of these projects to balance out what they were doing to the sky in the 1950s. But this is a great book that gives you a solution rather than us sitting in fear for what they're doing to our ionosphere. Look at all these beautiful designs. Look into the etheric formative forces. And here are some more. There are always solutions to the nonsense that they do.
Government just released, apparently by accident, the Project Aqua stuff. Did you see this?
No. What's that?
This is crazy.
Yeah, I guess we're rolling. Here it is.
B, medical injuries as a result of other anomalies. C, collateral injuries, psychological effects to family members.
So they're admitting that people are
Retrieving data across dimensional space-time, develop remote viewing, comms, and countermeasures, determine baseline for physical transport across dimensional space-time barrier, rapid response medical teams for UFO interaction events. So how did they do this accidentally? Study conscious interactions with and control of technology.
So I got this from someone in the U.S. government who's well, look, let me just start by saying I don't know anything, but he sent me this. The above is 100% legit. I was read into this program but told never to tell anyone. It's now been released. As you can see, it began as a result of my old program, AATIP. I signed a document saying I would never talk about Kona Blue and similar efforts. I can't believe the AARO would have released it.
Have you ever wondered where our deleted and stored data resides? This is Microsoft's data center, and other companies also have data centers where our and the website's data is stored. But their biggest problem is that they emit beeping and buzzing sounds, and they require a separate cooling system to keep them running, which consumes a lot of energy and money. The only solution to all these problems is to put them in the ocean.
Did you guys hear what happened to Greece? Nah, y'all, this is not no wildfires. This is not Canada. This is not New York. This is Greece, y'all. Greece. This is 7 p.m. yesterday in Greece, y'all. People were seeing black particles in the air. What he's pointing out right now, he's seeing black particles. Now, we see the sky as orange, but there are billions of black particles in the atmosphere that makes the sky appear to be orange, man. Check this out.
So, I don't know what's going on. We're back in Greece, by the way, all right? But what is going on? I never saw this since I'm here. Orange. Completely orange. The sun should be there. Somewhere.
There.
But it looks like they're driving on black. It's literally orange. I don't know if you guys can see it. Orange. That thing is orange. There's no filter on, nothing. Look at the green light, how it comes out, how it comes out, the lights of the cars.
It's nothing like
it's not normal.
So there's no filter. What do you think is going on? Do you guys remember the movie Blade Runner? Here is Blade Runner 2049 with Ryan Gosling. As you can see, the atmosphere is the same. It's like this black orange, and the only thing that he finds surviving in this atmosphere are the bees. Everyone else is gone. So here he is just walking around to seeing who he can find, and he's literally finding nobody. But you can see
my phone listening to me brushing my hair and then suggesting an ad about it.
If your phone can hear how tangled your hair was, it's doing you a favor, Haley. It probably sounded like a pack of firecrackers going off in your room. So shout out to TikTok, man. They're saving hair. You know?
I will say, first of all, it's very creepy. But I will say, it's getting to a point now where, like, we all are just living with it. Because, so we were doing this video with the Stanley Cup, whatever, and we were talking about lighting it on fire. Literally, 3 minutes later, I'm in the bathroom and I open up my Instagram, and boom, my first thing on my Explore page is somebody lighting a Stanley on fire. And I'm like, okay, so literally listen to my conversation and put it in the algorithm instantly. And I just kept going on with my day.
And we're the last generation that's going to feel like this is intrusive. In the future, people will pay for your phone to recommend things to you. They'll be like, yeah, I'll pay $5 a month for my phone to tell me exactly what I want to know about. But right now it feels intrusive, but it will advance to something that is a premium.
Okay, if you want unequivocal, slam dunk evidence of a mud flood or intentional burial, you're about to get it. This hotel in London has 4 floors, but the original sketches of the building have 5 floors, which they say weren't completed to save on costs. But as you can see, I had to walk up steps to reach the hotel. But it looks as if underground, beneath this glass, the building just keeps on going. And it turns out there's a London Underground station beneath the building. So let's go and check it out. And what do you know? We found the missing 5th floor underground. And it can't just be a basement, because why are there bricked up windows there? All they've done is simply build a station around the buried ground floor. And here you can see, up through the looking glass, all 5 stories of the building.
Use Walt Disney movies for the programming. As you can see, this is from a Walt Disney movie where a doorknob it takes on life. If you showed a Walt Disney movie like this, you're creating the images for them to use hypnotically as they go in and do the behavior modification and hypnosis on that altar. And so that this could be used to create a doorknob altar within a person's mind. They will build a bodysuit of implants in you with these tiny computers, put in a master computer in the back of your neck, and these are just a few of the sites. These are the audio implants. There's about 6 different major categories of implants. You've got mimics implants, you've got auditory implants, holographic implants anyway, and when they program, they layer in the programming. They use a lot of, some of the base programs are your Alien scripts, your Alice in Wonderland, and Wizard of Oz. Those are very common base programming scripts. This is Tavistock, which is a site that's been used for mind control programming. Rothschilds have used Tavistock quite a bit.
Last April, the Russian defense minister hinted at plans to clone an ancient Scythian army. The Scythians were an ancient warrior tribe of horsemen, and within the last decade there have been several Russian military expeditions to Siberia to dig up the bones of these ancient warriors and search for their DNA. If any of the bones were found in permafrost, the DNA would be viable. It would be just as simple to clone them as it was to clone Dolly the sheep. But why would the Russians want an ancient Scythian army? Well, for one, the Scythians had up to 3 times the bone density of modern humans. It's possible with some extra genetic engineering, these cloned soldiers could march for days on end with little or no food and water. Cloned Scythian warriors would inherit these genetic advantages, enhancing their endurance and survivability in combat situations. Are real-life Star Wars Clone Wars coming?
Teenager who made that 911 call is finally speaking publicly at length and laying out exactly what he saw that night and what has happened since.
We were in the backyard fixing the truck, and then out of nowhere we just see a big light fall down and basically crash in the backyard. And moments after, like a couple seconds after, I saw the big giant creature in front of me. The alien, whatever you guys want to call it. The alien demon, whatever you guys want to call it.
Was it moving? Was it doing?
Yes, it was moving. You could see like he was breathing, like he was like pissed off, like he wanted to do something.
And he was looking at you and your brother?
He was looking at me. Yeah.
Did he say anything?
I remember he was growling like a dog, like he was growling.
You know, they've never found a cornerstone for the White House. Did you know that? It's lost.
What?
There's a conspiracy theory for here.
What do you mean?
They can't find it. So when they built the White House, they laid a cornerstone. The White House burned down. I don't remember the year. But part of the reconstructions, they looked for the cornerstone, and they can't find it. It's not there.
What's the conspiracy behind it?
Did someone take it? Where is it? It's not where it should be.
And is there significance to it?
George Washington, I believe, laid the cornerstone. So there's some. It's like Nick Cage value to this. Like somebody might have it.
But back then, who knew like that type of knowledge stuff? Like we would never know nowadays. In the past 100 years, how much information is passed on. It's like back then, it's like, who knew what was happening in the new America, like the beginning of this history?
You didn't know.
People are once again recording and claiming to witness 2 suns in the sky. As some of you may remember, back in 2020, multiple videos and pictures hit the internet where people claim to have witnessed multiple suns in the sky. And even though these pictures went viral almost everywhere, it was scrubbed about a day later and people stopped talking about it soon after. Fast forwarding to 2024, people are not only recording 2 suns in the sky again, but they're also catching a lens flare on their phone which shows a strange octagonal shape coming from the sun as well. Now obviously all this has led to some very mixed reviews and strange theories. Most people believe that this is just some sort of camera glitch or possibly a naturally occurring phenomenon, while others believe that there may be more going on, stating that this could be a secondary planet entering our atmosphere, a reflection from our natural sun bouncing off of a firmament above us, or an artificial simulated sun that's meant to cover up our real sun. Now obviously all of this is just speculation and theories, not to be taken as facts. But I did find something very interesting around the artificial sun theory. In the 1960s, a patent was filed for something called an illumination system. If you look into this patent, it says that this device is meant to be a sun simulator that simulates sunlight, earthlight, and moonlight over a large distance. And if you look at this device's design, it appears to show the same hexagonal shape that we've been seeing in the lens flare that's apparently coming from our sun now. Now all of that could definitely just be a coincidence, but given that this patent was filed in the 1960s and they've had about 60 years to work on it, maybe there is something up there.
That's screwed. Yep, life and the internet has literally just completely changed and you are absolutely doomed. So OpenAI, who you may know developed ChatGPT, right? And I mean AI is getting pretty out of hand now, but just you wait away until you see this. So a few weeks back, they unveiled their new video generation AI, which is called Sora. And yes, this has been out for a few weeks, but I guarantee you haven't seen some of this because it is flipping mind-blowing. Now, if you look at the video that's playing in the top, this was generated by this, completely AI. But the videos I'm about to show you, just 20 times crazier. So, I mean, look at this video. 2 dogs. This is not real. This is AI. Now. You can literally see the wind blowing. You can see shadows. Now, that is nuts. This one is absolutely... I genuinely don't even know what to say. As you can see in this video, it's a woman just recording out of a train in Tokyo by the looks of it. You can see the city, you can see the buildings, you can see the flipping shadow in the window of the reflection. Oh my god. Please tell me how you guys can tell if this is real or fake, because there is no way. Like, that looks real. 100% real. Now this one, a drone over what looks like Sicily or some kind of like city in Italy or something. How is this not real? What the... So basically, in the descriptions, he said the prompt that he used for the generation to generate this. Literally just said, a drone circulates around a beautiful historic church on a rocky Amalfi Coast view. Shout out to Eduardo Borges, because he's the guy that's created all of these somehow. But seriously, this just proves how scary everything is going. And the Rocos Basilic theory is looking more and more likely.
Tell me why 2 or 3 people caught this with video evidence in the sky.
It's a great business to be in, central banking. You print money and people believe it.
Dubai is currently experiencing some of the worst flooding it's had in years after the government's been experimenting with cloud seeding to create artificial rain, which, as you can tell, has gotten out of hand.
Pope Francis met with Nancy Pelosi. I noticed a weird handshake.
So something very strange happened not too long ago in the Bay of San Francisco area. And if you didn't hear about it, that's because you weren't meant to. It was specifically kept secret. The geoengineering test quietly launches salt crystals into the atmosphere above San Francisco. So on a decommissioned aircraft carrier, they connected a whole bunch of high-powered spraying machine devices and shot microscopic salt aerosol particles hundreds of feet into the air. But the experiment was intentionally kept under the radar to minimize public backlash. The test last week took place in Alameda, California on the USS Hornet, which operates as a Smithsonian affiliate museum. It was the first cloud brightening experiment ever conducted in North America. I don't quite believe that, but okay, we'll go with that for now. And just the second in the world. Oh, sure. 4 years ago, researchers, Australia, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is very interesting because last I checked, many articles on mainstream news sources roast anyone who thinks that secret chemicals are being sprayed to modify the weather. Well, as long as the science is settled, and we trust the science, then I guess everything should be alright.
So at CERN we have like this we have, but if we read this, may the force of the dark side of the universe be with you. May the force of the dark side of the universe be with you. Yeah.